So I'm going to quickly show you how to cut and make a crimp edge. What you'll need is your piece of wire. You need the appropriate crimp tool, so check where it's going to go onto. Make sure it's the right hole, right size, not too loose, not too tight. And make sure that the back end fits over your strands of wire very easily. We're going to cut this down, but you just want to check it's roughly bigger than that inner core. So we've got that. Also, you'll need some heat shrink tubing, or you can use electrical tape, but that will just come off after a while. And just make sure that that sleeve fits over the entire wire. This one's big enough that I can make the crimp and then I can insert this over the top of everything, but it's good practice to put that on before you cut anything, so you just have it on the wire sleeve ready to pull over and cover up any exposed wire when you're done. So you'll need a Stanley knife, sharp blade, some flame, fire, lighter. Oh yeah, you'll also need this, so that means I can bend the metal and crimp it down quite easily with my hand. If you don't have one of those, you can just use a flat surface, get a hammer and bang, and just give it a good old smack. That will work. It's not the most professional and clean cut way of doing it, but that will do it anyway. So don't worry if you don't have one of these. You can get these kits cheap. Right, so first thing I'll do is take the measurement of the wire going into there and cut, sort of just give it a bit extra, maybe a mil or two, backwards. So I'm going to cut here, and I'm just going to let the knife sit into the rubber, and I'm going to go all the way around. I usually give it like a 1, 2, 3 rock, 1, 2, 3, and applying enough pressure to see it sink in. So where am I coming back from there? And just make the round all the way. So I've got a nice clean line. You really want to avoid cutting any copper, because you're just going to make your whole system, weaker, less durable. You wouldn't damage a pipe if you were putting in a water system, so don't do it with your electrics either. Just go steady, cut the bit you need to cut, and look, once you start pulling, this all starts to just peel away, and you can see it, so that it's just peeled away from that core. Any little bits that are left, just get your knife and don't worry about this edge being messy, just the back edge. You want the edge which is going to be left on to be nice. Okay, so that last bit, there you go, that's all snapped. And what I like to do is just twist as you're pulling off the core, and then you kind of like tighten everything up as well when you do that. Okay, so now that's done, we can, well, I'll do it the proper way. So I'm going to need about 1/3 of this, so just cut off my insulation tubing, and so I'm going to put this on first. Put it over there, make sure you don't catch any copper strands. If you're using copper, which you should be if it's electrics. Right, so this is going down here. Stick this on, and the way I'm going to put this on is making sure these ends are nice and tucked in, angled towards the center. And I'm going to slowly rotate this on as well in that same direction until I can see the copper cables just sticking through there. See? It's all the way in. And now we get the crimp tool and balance that in there. Just make sure I've got all of the thing crimped down nicely. Okay, and then push that all the way down. That's secured that in nicely now. That's not going anywhere. and we'll just secure in. So we've got this exposed metal and wire which will conduct electricity. We don't want that, we want the electricity to flow straight through our ring onto the terminal. So I'm just going to bring that back over. Once that's in place, you simply burn it. And you see it all shrink.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very satisfying doing this, but there you go. It's perfectly formed. There you go. And now you've got a terminal end ready to go on whatever you're connecting to. So that's in a very simple way, just showing you how to do it properly, save you some time, and you know, basic tools that you can pick up anywhere. That's the main thing to get. Like I said, you get, I think, like 1,000 pieces, one of these tools, for like a tenner. You know, you've got all those in there, all different sizes and shapes. So yeah, that's that. Have a good one. See you later. Bye bye now.